We're here with Manuel Sanchez, also known as Chino. He's a resident of the Kensington neighborhood and was arrested the day of the press conference on Cumberland and Jasper Street. So can you give us the insight on what happened that day?
Hey, I was out there on Jasper and Cumberland supporting everybody out there about the Strangler. As I'm walking up Cumberland Street, I'm hitting Kensington, walking towards my car. An officer pulled up with his hand on his gun, told me to put my hands on the wall. He asked me if I had anything on me. I was like, no, officer. And I put my hands on the wall. He took everything out of my pocket. And I was like, what are you grabbing me for? And he was like, don't worry about it, you know? I was like, what you mean don't worry about it? I'm getting harassed right here in the corner of Kensington and Cumberland. And what you mean telling me not to worry about it for? And he was like, well, I got detectives coming up here to ask you a couple questions. And I was like, what you mean questions about what? He was like, well, don't worry about it. I'm like, what you mean don't worry about it? I'm getting harassed right here in the corner of Kensington and Cumberland. And I was real disappointed. So as they took all my stuff out of my pocket, you know, threw it next to the mailbox, and they put me in the back of the cop car. And they was like, you either cooperate or you're gonna get locked up. And I'm like, what I'm getting locked up for, you know? I'm out here helping y'all guys out, you know? I'm out here with my team, you know, Crime Victim Services, my brother-in-law, Greg Bucceroni. And we out here helping y'all, handing out flyers and everything. And y'all accusing me of being a strangler or something. And he was like, well, you got nothing to worry about if you're not a strangler. Well, I got nothing to worry about because I'm out here helping y'all. So he was like, well, sit in the back of the cop car. And I was like, well, I got to sit back in the cop car if I ain't do nothing. He's like, you ain't doing nothing wrong, you know? You got nothing to worry about. So here come a detective, and he came up to me, and he was like, either you cooperate or we're going to lock you up. So I was like, cooperate about what did I do wrong? I ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm out here helping y'all guys out. And he was like, well, I just want a DNA sample of you. And I was like, why you want a DNA from me? I'm here helping y'all guys out. I just came from the press conference, hearing the mayor talk, hearing the captain talk, and I'm out there supporting y'all guys out. And I'm here out feeling sorry for these girls, you know? I'm here looking out. I walk up Kensington looking for this guy, you know, handing out flyers. Me and my friends out there. And the guy was like, either you cooperate or we're gonna throw you in jail for 3 days, and you had no choice but to give DNA. So like, you know what, just give me I'm gonna give you the DNA, just let me go, you know? So I gave them the DNA, they made me sign some papers, and then they let me go. And I was real disappointed.
That's Chino's account of the events, and with us now is Greg Bucceroni. Can you come over here, Greg, please? And can you explain who this man is here and what he does for you guys, and that he has had a background check, and why his civil rights were taken away from him because he was practically demanded? And I know the things that are going on, and it's a tough time out here with the Strangler and everything, but civil rights cannot be violated because of that. So can you tell us what he does for your group and how long he's been with you guys, and has he had a thorough background check, and explain to the viewing audience?
Sure. All right, Manuel Sanchez, aka Chino, he's been with us. He's my brother-in-law. He's been volunteering on again, off again for several years with us, working, advocating for victims, translating in Spanish for the victims that don't speak English. He's, you know, out there struggling. He's getting his GED. He's doing positive rap music. He comes out with us. He's been with us since day one, since the first homicide down in Jasper and Cumberland. And he goes out, comes with us at the press conference that we were invited to by the mayor and the police commissioner. He comes out, he's there, he's standing with me and other activists. The minute he leaves, the press conference over, he leaves, they wind up waiting for him to get away from me and go out there and use what's called vigilante justice on them damn selves, coming out here stopping this guy, waiting for it and throwing him against the wall with their hands on the guns and threatening to throw him in jail if he don't cooperate. And then he tells them he's out there helping the police, helping the victims, and he's been there from day one. He's got background checks, child abuse clearances. He's been out there, he's been to homicide where we escorted victims to special victims or possible witnesses to homicide. And this is how the Philadelphia Police Department treats its people who volunteer to be helpful to the police. And I think there was some punk ass fucking shit. If I was there, it would have been some shit. You would have had 2 press conferences. One, the press conference with the mayor. Another one, some fucking dirty ass bastard cops getting their fucking ass kicked because nobody comes up to my team. And the police department should know that fucking shit from 2003 where they beat the hell out of my brother while he was handcuffed. Don't fuck with my team. If you're gonna fuck, you don't want to return my phone call, Mr. Mayor, Commissioner, you don't want to return my fucking phone call, that's fine. But don't fuck with my people. He's been out here. This is why the young black males in Kensington and the young Latinos aren't forthcoming and coming forward, because they come out to help, and the police department talks about don't use vigilante justice, but they're quick to violate a young brother of color's rights and threaten them with jail, incarceration, and have their hands on the guns for doing nothing but being law-abiding citizens. This fucking shit can't be going on. And you know what? You don't want to talk to me because I'm not important enough to fucking call? You can talk to me in front of fucking news cameras in front of the courtroom, because this shit ain't going to go undone. Today I talked to at least 25 young, light-skinned males, black and Latino, that fit the general profile of my brother right here. And they told me similar stories where the police department came up, hands on the guns, threw them on the ground, fucking searched the car, searched this, made them, forced them to take swabs. If they didn't cooperate, they were going to throw them in jail for the holidays, and they wouldn't have been released until after Christmas. Now, what kind of fucking shit is that, Mayor? If you want to shit in my defecated fucking Kensington, I'm going to come to your fucking houses, defecate. If this was some black minister group and not young Latino males, this shit, you'd have Al Sharpton down there fucking protesting. If this was white America, upper class white America, you'd have fucking some cracker fabulous motherfucker down here protesting. But it's okay to violate young Latino males in Kensington because you guys don't know what the fuck you're doing. I've been doing crime victim services since the Son of Sam murders. Been doing it. I've seen the NYPD and their frenzies. I did the DC sniper down there in Washington, DC. I seen that with people running around not knowing what the fuck to do. And you can't violate people's fucking rights. Anyone's got a fucking problem with me, if it's a city official, they got my fucking number, because you bet I'm going to reach out to you motherfuckers.